at 9 years old, I was molested by an uncle. And for many years, if you know anything about child sexual abuse, the brain totally blocks it out. So for many years, I actually didn't even know that I had been abused. Until my gap year, that's after grade 12, you know, in our times, there was a year before you go into college.
Yes.
So during that year, I love reading. So I was reading this book, and it talked about, there's a particular sentence that really got my attention. And it said, if you've ever been sexually abused and you haven't recovered or healed from it, you cannot grow spiritually. And at that time, I was very zealous with my Christianity. So I stopped and I literally asked the Holy Spirit, has this ever happened to me? And that's when the memories came flooding. I remembered everything. I remembered who it was, the smells, everything just came all at once. So that's when I started looking for help. I grew up in a Christian family and environment, but I did not find any help in that, in my environment. And so for another long period, I didn't know what to do with, you know, the information that I had been sexually abused. And then things started happening in my life that initially I didn't realize were as a result of being sexually abused and what goes on in the brain when that happens. So I got into, the biggest thing I would say is that I lost my no. I learned this way after. And so when I would have advances from men, I couldn't say no. I couldn't. I would end up crying instead. And so I had a lot of those encounters. I also ended up having a child out of wedlock and, you know. So this, it really got me bothered because I always knew myself to be a good Christian girl. So why am I having, you know, this history now, what's going on? So that I love, like I said, I love reading, I love researching. So I started researching into it on my own. And that's what started my healing journey. And I realized that once you're sexually abused, the biggest thing, like I said, your no is taken away from you. And your ability to make sound decisions is also taken away from you. So now you have to reset your brain, you know, through, of course, healing process and counseling and whatnot. So what inspired me to fast forward to start Come Alive movement, which initially just started as me reaching out to people who've also been sexually abused, first just within my circles, is because I didn't find the help I needed at that point, especially in the church. We don't talk about these things at all. Worse off in our families, we don't talk about, and yet it's so rampant. It is everywhere. The statistics back then are that in every 3 girls, 2 has been molested, has been sexually abused. Now, can you imagine in every 3 girls, 2? Those are alarming numbers.
Yes.
And there isn't much help. People are not talking about it. It's taboo, but it's happening and it's causing people to behave a certain way. You see women who are drinking all the time. That's because of things that are happening that they haven't processed. So that is what inspired me to initially start. Yeah.